Good day, everyone. Welcome to another session of Lecturate on Commonly Used Statistical Tool for Data Analysis. For this session, I am going to discuss the analysis of Likert data. So let's get started. What is common about these materials? Okay, all of this used a Likert scale questions or Likert type response scales. Are you going to use one or have you used this type of questionnaire? So if you're done with your data gathering using this type of questionnaire, the next step now is to analyze your data or specifically your Likert data. So before you start with your data analysis, make sure that you have already installed the Jamovi software in your laptop or your device. Okay, so the first thing to do is to make sure that you have tallied your data correctly. Say, for example, you have three indicators in your questionnaire. Your tallied data should appear like this. Take note, the three indicators or variables should correspond to the three columns in your tallied data, with the first column for the number of respondents. If you have a questionnaire with 10 statements or indicators, then your tallied data should appear like this. Notice that every row shows the individual response for every indicator. The next step is obtaining the necessary measures for your data analysis. Likert data is an ordinal data, and the most appropriate descriptives for this are frequency, percentage, and mode. We will not use weighted mean. A Likert data is not a real number. It is an ordinal number or ordinal value. Thus, it is wrong to compute for its mean or even create range or interval for each scale. Numerical value is assigned to a categorical variable, but the numerical value does not show any quantity. Therefore, an ordinal data is interpreted by obtaining the percentage, median, or mode, and since Likert data is not quantitative, then it is not plausible to compute for its weighted mean. For this particular illustration, we're going to use this questionnaire on attitude of adolescents on comprehensive sex education. This particular questionnaire used a three scale. Okay, so three for accepted, two for not accepted, and one for no idea at all. So we have the tallied data on our right side. Okay, so initially, the tallied data should be presented in this way, wherein the first column would be, the first row will be your variables. Okay? The first row should contain the variables. Initially, the data inputted used codes for the three-scale Likert. Okay, naka-code siya. 3 for accepted, 2 for not accepted, and 1 for no idea. So you may want to change these codes to its equivalent descriptors before we import this to Jamovi. Of course, habang nagtatali tayo ng data para mas madali, di ba, gumagamit tayo ng code. But pag nasa data analysis na tayo, since we want to know the percentage kung ilan yung mga nag-respond or responses ng accept, ng not accept, and no idea, i-convert natin itong numerical codes into its equivalent descriptor. So how do we do that? Okay, so open natin yung data natin dun sa Excel. Okay, and then, okay, so remove this. Okay, highlight natin yung mga inputted data. Okay, so I have 100 plus respondents here, 130 to be exact. Okay, highlight natin siya. And if you're not familiar with this command, okay, so we click, di ba, yun, find and select, tapos we click replace. Okay, so we're going to replace 3 with accept. Replace all, and then you click replace all. Okay, so makikita nyo dyan, automatic lahat ng 3 gagawin yung accept. And then yung 2 natin, not accept. Tapos replace all. And then we click this. And then lastly, lahat ng 1, Okay. Ang descriptor niya is no idea. So, replace all. Okay. So, we're done. Okay. So, don't forget to save before we import this file to our Jamovie. Okay? So, yeah. So, we go back. Yeah. So, converted na. So, pwede na tayo magsimula. So, we open our Jamovie. Okay? And then, all you have to do is just import or i-open natin yung file. Yung data file natin. Okay, so makikita nyo dito sa Jamovie natin, dun sa upper left, may tatlong lines. You click that, and then click open, tapos browse, and then you look for your data kung saan man siya nakasave. Okay, open natin. Okay, so makikita nyo dyan sa left window, nandun na yung data na in-import natin. Okay, so next step natin is, we're going to click exploration sa upper left, and then descriptives. Okay, we will not be obtaining measures like the mean, median, mode. Okay, if you're going to click yung statistics dito sa may lower left, naka-check itong mga mean, median, mode. So since we will not be computing for these descriptives, uncheck muna natin to lahat. Okay? Okay, so what we are after is obtaining its frequency and percentage, and that can be obtained by clicking the frequency table. Okay, so click po natin yung frequency table dyan. Ayan. And then, isa-isahin po natin ipasok yung mga data natin. So, itong nasa left window, pasok natin A1 hanggang A10. Okay, so automatic po na lalabas sa right window natin yung table for each indicator showing the percentage and count, frequency and percentage for those responses na accept, no ID, and not accept. So, papalakihin ko siya. I'll do this. Okay, para makita nyo. So, ito na po yung kinompute natin. Okay, so A1, ayan, makikita natin yung count or frequency ng accept, corresponding percent. Sa last column, this is the cumulative percentage. So, ang importante na makita natin dito in percent of total. Ito po yung ipapakita natin dun sa results natin. So, we have here the outputs for the first indicator, A1, hanggang dun sa last indicator. You can actually copy and paste this one sa Word kung ayaw nyo naka-open siya sa Jamovie. So all you have to do is just click this one, tapos right-click natin, and then all. Tapos open lang po kayo ng Word if you may want to place this in your appendix sa paper. Okay, tapos, yan, copy and paste lang natin dyan. Okay, ayan. So makikita natin, papalakihin ko for, yan. So kinapin pa. Pwede na siyang baguhin dyan. So these are actually the outputs of your Jamovie. Okay. Okay, so what will our results look like after obtaining the frequency table? Okay, ayan. So this is the final table to be presented in your chapter 4 or 5. We have indicated the corresponding percentage, responses, or proportion of respondents who answered accept or no idea. You may also add the column for not accept. Okay, so it's your choice kung yung tatlong scale ang gusto nyo ipakita. But for me, showing the responses or percentage for accept will somehow give you the picture of or idea of its opposite. Okay? So highlighted in pink are the indicators with more than half of the participants who have answered accept. Ayan, naka-highlight ng pink, 2, 3, 5 hanggang 10. So notice na more than half of the respondents um, answered accept for all these indicators. Okay, notice that column for no idea was also included because this may be interesting for the researchers to investigate the reasons for giving such response. Ayan. Okay, so this is for our 3 scale. So in case you used a 4 scale wherein the descriptors are 4 for strongly agree, 3 for agree, 2 for disagree, and 1 for strongly disagree, usually po, kino-combine natin dyan ang strongly agree sa ka-agree. So they will be shown in one column. And also, another column for the disagree combined with strongly disagree. Isang column sila. But if your descriptors, you have a 5 scale and the descriptors would be excellent for 5, 4 is very good, 3 is good, 2 is satisfactory, and 1 is poor. Usually, hindi proper na i-combine siya kasi may mga rubrics tayo dyan. Ano yung mga features pag excellent siya, pag good, pag satisfactory. So in that case, you'll be having 5 columns. Papakita niyo yung percentage responses for excellent, very good, good, satisfactory, and poor. So you'll be having different interpretations for that. So ang titingnan nyo lang for every indicator, ano yung may pinakamataas? Ano yung modal response? Pinakamataas ba yung nag-respond ng responses ng satisfactory? Pinakataas ba yung excellent? Pinakamataas ba yung poor? So that's the modal response. And then you interpret. Okay? So the last slide presents a sample statistical interpretation of the table. It shall be noted that this is purely statistical. Further discussion should be provided on number one, its implication. Number two, theoretical groundings, if any. Na-prove niya ba, na-validate niya ba yung theories that you have mentioned in your theoretical framework? And thirdly, you have to discuss the similarities or differences with your related studies. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much for listening and watch out for our next lecturette sessions of our lecturette on common statistical tools.